All right. Good day to you, everybody. I hope you are good and hope you are keeping safe. We're back again to our chess class where thinkers are raised and leaders are made. You remember that our class is the class where thinkers are raised and leaders are made. And we've been looking at our series for this time in our problem solving series, being proactive rather than being reactive in problem solving. We said only thinkers become leaders, and I mean creative thinkers. So in chess class, we are raising leaders who will be creative thinkers to be a creative leader. So welcome once more to chess class where thinkers are raised and leaders are made. Now today we want to look at the linkage, between the game opening that we talked about, the backup, and pinning. So basically, we want to look at pinning today, but we want to relate that to our game opening, to our backup. So, what is pinning? Pinning simply means when a piece is blocked and it can't move. That is pinning. Now, we can also say pinning is when an attacker attacks a piece and that piece cannot move. Why? If the piece moves, it's going to open up a more valuable piece, so it can move. That is another pinning. So I'm going to show you this and then link it up with our game opening, our backup, and let's see what we can take from there. You remember we're looking at being proactive, that is thinking ahead. I told you that it's only those who think ahead that be ahead. If you are not thinking ahead, then you can't be ahead. Leaders are those who think ahead and then they can tell others what to do. And then those ones are doing it, and that is how you have followers. Leadership is not just sitting on a big chair, it is thinking ahead to solve problems for others. And then those ones now will begin to do what you tell them because they know you can think ahead of time. That is how leaders are made. And that's why chess class is the class where thinkers are raised and leaders are made. So once more, welcome to chess class. Now, like I told you, let's link our game opening to our backups and then to pinning. You remember we talked about our backups when we said that the two pieces to start with are the center pawns, which we call the gambits. All right, these are the gambits, D2 and E2. Now, we also said you can as well start with your knight, the B knight, the G knight. And I told you that it's better for you to start with your G knight. Now, you remember that white starts first because white attacks. So when white attacks, opening up his gambit, the best response for black is the G knight. I will show you all of that as we progress in the series. All right. Now, if I'm going to play my king's gambit and I play it two steps, there won't be any backup. Now, if you look at it, if I play my E2 to E3, I have D2 and F2 as backups for E3. But if I play E2 to E4, there is no backup. So you can see the place of backups even in your game opening. For every move you make, there must be a backup. But for the scenario we are painting today, or we're looking at today, let's assume I played these two steps. All right, I played my pawn, my guillotine. Now, I told you that the best response for the black is to play the G knight. All right, is to play the G knight. Now, but let's assume the black also plays, you know, is E7, two steps. Now, in this case, this is a kind of pinning or blockage. E4 cannot move as well as E5. So the two of them are on standstill. That is pinning. And this is pawn pinning because the pawn moves on a straight line, one step or two steps. Now, because it cannot move on this same straight line anymore, it is pinned. Now, the other kind of pinning is when, let's assume I play this. Okay, let me show you. Let's assume I play this here. No, let's assume I play it here. Let's go back. You see? Let's assume I play this here. All right. Now, if you look at this is another kind of pinning. Whereas, or whereby, this D2, now D2 in this case cannot move. This is D2. All right, that is our D2. The D2 cannot move. Why? If the D2 moves, the king will be on check. Okay, so the D2 will not be able to move because if it does, the king is going to be on check. So this D2 is actually blocked or is pinned. The D2 is pinned. Now that is another kind of pinning because if it moves, it opens up a more valuable piece. Now I'm going to show you another one. Now let's assume I play this. Now in response to this, what should you play? All right, what to play now is your C7. Now the C7 is not going to move two steps because if your C7 moves two steps, it's not achieving its aim. Now what is his aim? His aim is to protect your D7 while attacking the bishop on B5. So if I play this, no, one step. Let's assume I play it, I'm playing it one step. All right, your C. All right, I want to play it one step. Now, what is that doing? I will show you. Now, what this is doing is that it's protecting the pawn that was pinned while attacking the bishop, okay, on B5. The bishop on B5. So it's attacking that bishop. Now, if this bishop takes the C6, then you have two backups already. All right, even three. Now, which are these pieces? Or where are they? Now, you discover from the board that if the B5 takes your pawn C6, you have a pawn on B7 that is going to take that bishop. You have another pawn on D7 that is going to take that bishop. Of course, you have the knight on B8 that is going to take that bishop. Now, you have responded well, or you have been proactive in solving that problem. It is all about you seeing ahead of time. Now, one of the benefits of pinning is that it creates anxiety. It weakens the defense of your opponent. So it's very important. All right. But because you are a creative thinker, you should be able to look out for the appropriate solution at that time. And that was what the black did by playing its C7 to C6. Now, let's assume I come back here. Let's assume I come back here. All right. I want to show you another one. Okay. Now, let's see if I can show you another type of pinning. Okay. Okay. Now, let's assume I play this. Let's say I move, let's say I move my queen. Let's say I move this queen. Let's say I move this queen here. Let's say I move this queen here. All right. And let's assume that this pawn f2. F2 is actually pinned. Why? If F2 moves, the king is on check. So F2 is pinned. You can't move it. That is pinning. All right? Now, pinning is essential as a skill in your problem solving. It is part of the foresight skill. You remember we said we are looking at the critical reasoning skill, the foresight or the vision, and then this decision making skill. Is part of your foresight from your critical reasoning, because this pawn won't be able to move. Now, if I'm going to finish this up, now let me show you. If I'm going to finish this up by my critical reasoning, my foresight, leading to my decision making. Now look at what I will do. You remember that pawn is pinned. Now I can decide to play this. I can start to play this my bishop here. All right. Now let's assume this guy plays this, trying to attack me or to capture me, my bishop. Now that bishop can actually move this way. All right. Or let's assume and I play my queen to take that f2 that was pinned. Now I take the f2. Now that hangs it. Why? Because I got a foresight. I got the foresight by or from my critical reasoning, and then I backed it up with my decision, working out the plan, and then that ended it from your critical reasoning. Okay? Now, that is what critical reasoning married with your foresight of vision and then pursued by making correct decisions using your pinning to achieve your goal. All right. Thank you so much for this class. We have seen the linkage between our game opening, our backups, and pinning to achieving our goal by being proactive and then getting what we need to get done. Thank you so much for this class. I'm going to see you again next time. Thank you so much.